So it's August 22nd. This is the 23rd week since we started our COVID series on March 15th, or if you're keeping track, since Melanie and I have been so consistent, this is our 161st day of practice. So we continue to breathe for all those who are having trouble breathing with COVID, and now any of you who've been in the throes of a bad fire, it's very difficult to breathe when you go outside. So I don't know, our breath work seems more important than ever before. So let's sit up tall. Try to sit on something to prop the pelvis, a blanket, a block, a bolster. Anything that releases the lower lumbar spine as you raise it just a few inches off the mat. Lift the heart. That brings the spine into a great alignment. Close the eyes. You can just sit here in your easy pose, doing the 5 pointers for mindfulness, checking in with your breath. All the breath through the nose, out through the nose, unless instructed otherwise. Scanning your emotional state this morning. Being in your body, checking for body sensations. How do your hips feel? Knees, shoulders, neck. Lower lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine. Just checking in at the beginning of the practice, and then when you assess at the end. I think that's what keeps us coming back to our mat, is we sense a difference in vitality, mental clarity, connected to our intuition. We often feel energized, revitalized, more balance, more equanimity. And finally, look at your thoughts throughout the practice. Just observe. The mind is always thinking, that's its job. So let's bring our hands to prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Our tune in, the ritual that we begin all Kundalini Yoga practice with, the Ong Namo, Gurudev Namo. I'm bowing to that creative energy, the sustaining life force that exists inside of me. I'm connecting with that. 3 big inhale, exhales. Inhale. 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 Big inhale, Adi Mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Continuing to connect with your breath throughout your practice. So open your eyes, take this left palm, just place it on the mat or the floor beside you. Take this right arm up, slide this left palm over as far as you can. You're opening up this side oblique. You're really working both obliques, the muscles that surround the rib cage. Keep breathing into it. Moving to the other side. This Kriya for the total self has a series of standing and other side again, and seated postures. There's a nice amount of breath work. And I really like the 2 closing mantras where we chant some. I'll move through the practice so we have enough time to do a nice long Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree chant at the end. Let's take the arms to a T, palms facing up, look up. Then take the palms behind you and try to walk them back as far as you can. You're opening up the chest. Then try to take the chin to the ceiling. You're opening up the cervical spine. Just move gently. Take the legs out to your life nerve stretch. Slowly come forward. You're still waking up the lower lumbar spine. Maybe you can grab the big toes with the peace sign fingers, thumb inside on top of the nail bed of the big toe. I'm inhale, trying to come up with a long flat back. I'm exhaling, try to bring the face forward to the mat, still thinking long flat back. Breathing into the spine. We're already working with the Kundalini energy coming up from the root. This Kundalini energy moves all the way up to the crown chakra, up and down the spine. This Kriya activates self-healing. I love that concept. You can keep that running as a mantra in your mind, that your body, your physical body, knows how to self-heal. Not only your physical body, but your emotional state. We're all under stress with COVID and now the fire season, especially the people that in Northern California that are living with fires all around them. It just adds another layer of stress. So we need emotional self-healing as well. Let's draw the soles of the feet into the body. I'm Venus Mudra wrapping around my feet, sitting up tall, lifting the heart, letting the hips fall open. Maybe I give a little bit of a flutter to my knees, opens up the hips a little bit more. And one last stretch before we begin the Kriya, Paschimottanasana. So my feet are straight out. I flexed my feet. I reach down. I grab my big toes. Sitting up tall. On the exhale, the elbows will come a little closer to the knees. Feel that stretch in the lower lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine. And now bring the hands to the hips, staff pose, Dandasana. I love to push down on my palms, lifting my hips, just about an inch off the mat. My legs are totally engaged, biceps, triceps, shoulders engaged, sucking in the core, building body heat. And take the buttocks down, come around into all fours, just for a couple moments. Then pushing back, downward facing dog. Walking out the dog. Left heel to mat, right heel to mat, bend the opposite knee, and maybe both heels will come down to the mat. And then slowly walk the hands back to the feet. You'll be in your deep forward fold. Just sit here, inverted. The head is below the heart. Breathe long and deep. You could grab opposite elbows. You could do a few neck rounds very gently with the neck. Be conscious of that 12-pound ball that sits atop your spine. I'm reading a great book now called Sapiens, about Homo sapiens and all the different Homo erectus and the Neanderthals and all those human forms, the sapiens. We won out because of our brain power. Slowly come up. I grab my shins with my palms, so my palms are feeling my legs as they come up, conscious of my thighs, hamstrings. Okay, we're erect, we're tall. Homo erectus, the first humans that walked on 2 feet. Let the big toes touch, heels slightly separated. Close the eyes. Begin the practice standing in your Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Palms forward. Lift the heart. Pick up all 10 toes, put them back down again, so the 10 toes are grabbing your mat. Feel the instep, feel the heel coming up, feel your calves, feel hamstrings, quads. Maybe you can feel the adductors running on the inside of the thighs. Maybe you can feel the abductors feeling on the outside of the thighs. Pull the navel in towards the spine. That tilts the pelvis, just tucks it a bit. Lift the heart. Chin automatically dips a bit. You're in your perfect Tadasana, perfect spinal alignment. Now interlace the fingers. We'll begin the Kriya, a steeplechase mudra. The hand comes up. My arms are beside my ears. I'm stretching my spine tall, trying to point the fingers, get the fingers closer and closer to the ceiling. My inhale, I just lean back. It's almost like I'm doing a standing cobra. Exhale, I come forward. This is the pose. Inhale back about 20 degrees, 30 degrees. Exhale forward 20 or 30 degrees. I'll start the timer. We'll do this for 2 minutes. You're on this narrow footprint, so you can use this for balance. Close your eyes. Then you turn it into more of a balanced pose. Also, you're minimizing distraction. Inhale going back. Exhale coming forward. You're warming up your entire spine. You're using your core. I'm just going to observe now. Yes, great alignment, everyone. Just moving gently with your breath. One full breath as you go back, another exhale as you come forward. You're warming up your spine. On this deep breathing, imagine that you're pulling Kundalini energy up and down the spine in a column called the Sushumna. Few more seconds. Everything's warming up. And now float the hands to a T. You can take your feet about 12 inches apart. And then you just hinge forward. So I'm hinging forward, trying to get that long flat back that we get when we do sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. I'm looking straight down at my mat, so that makes my neck long. Beautiful Rod, Janet, Lan, Margaret, Susan, Melanie, great. This gets to feel a little awkward, but just stay with the breath. It's also good. I see Susan, Calandra, Melanie. You're not locking your knees. That's good. You have a little bend in your knees. If you lock them out, that's okay, but just be conscious that you've locked your knees out. It's always better to have a little play in the knee. You're just breathing long and deep here. About another 45 seconds. It's a wonderful place to examine your spine. Feel the lumbar spine with the kidneys and the adrenals are. Feel your thoracic spine. Stretch your neck, make it long, looking straight down at the mat. Feel that cervical spine. Another 10 seconds. Now engage the core, so pull the navel towards the spine and then slowly come up. So you're engaging your spine. Let the hands come to the side. Just rest in your Tadasana. Your big toes are touching. Heels slightly separated. Now take back to steeplechase mudra. The arms come up as we were in exercise 1. And then you're just going to bend to the right. So I'm opening up that left side, but I'm also feeling it in the obliques on the right side. Just long, deep breathing. You're not moving, so you're holding this posture. This one also gets a little uncomfortable. Try to keep a little play in your knees. It's not necessary to lock them out. Lift the chin. Beautiful. Keep breathing long and deep. Come up to center, and then let's just go to the other side. I'm noticing my breathing's getting a little more labored, so that means it's work. Probably building your heart rate up a little more. Keep trying to lift the chin. I didn't give us a rest between sides, so it makes this side a little bit more energetic. Let's try to go for another 30 seconds. All the breath through the nose. Float the arms out to the T. Oh, let that feel the subtle body. Then float the arms to the side. Take the feet about 12 inches apart. Just stand and breathe. Lift the heart. Close the eyes. Observe thoughts. Observe your emotional state. Interlace the fingers back up, pointing to the ceiling again with the index finger, Jupiter fingers. Now we do these rounds. So it's like I'm painting a circle on the ceiling. My gaze is straight forward though, lifting the chin, keeping the cervical spine nice and straight. I'm inhaling as I bend back, exhaling as I bend forward. Use all 10 toes to grab the mat. Come back to center, and then let's reverse the direction. You're just painting kind of an oval on the ceiling with your extended index Jupiter fingers. Getting a nice spinal twist here. You're working your obliques. You're stretching the spine tall. You're pulling Kundalini energy up all the way to the crown. And float the arms to the T. Feel your body in space. Close the eyes. It's called proprioception. When we feel our body in space, palms are facing down. There's energy, electromagnetic field coming up from the earth to meet your palms and back down again. Slowly float the arms to the side. Feel that nice release. Keep the eyes closed. Now we have a side-to-side twist. So my feet are about 18 inches apart under my hips. My arms are at a T, palms are down. As I inhale, I twist to the left. I try to see a spot behind me. I close my eyes as I come forward and then open my eyes as I get back to that same drishti point behind me. So 2 minutes of this wonderful spinal twist. I'm inhaling left, exhaling right. Try to come and see that same drishti point on the back wall. See it when you come around to your left and see that same point as you come around to your right. Then you know you're getting a full 360 twist. You'll feel this in your legs too, because your legs have to ground you for the twist. So you're getting a little subtle movements in the legs, small muscles in the legs, to help you do the twist. Another minute or so. Try closing the eyes as you come forward. Just open the eyes when you reach the back wall, then close them again. Get to feel your body in space. Also gives the mind something to do, helps you quiet your mind. Nice twisting, everyone. Keep it focused with your inhale and your exhale. And now come back to the T. The feet, even you can lower the arms, rest the arms here for a few moments. Your feet are about hip-width distance apart. Maybe a little bit farther. Q says 2 feet. I bring my hands into Gyan Mudra, that's thumb, index finger touching. I bring my arms up to 60 degrees. And then I just squat. Inhale up, exhale down. I'm not sitting in a chair pose because my legs are spread wide. I can't get that low. But I'm just doing a nice squat. Inhaling up, exhaling down. The arms may begin to get tired. This is our last standing posture, so give it your all. The last standing posture where you're having to hold the arms up. Let's go another minute. Use your core. Really good job keeping the arms up. Another 30 seconds. And float the arms down. Come into just the heels touching now. So the feet are pronating out. It's like a plie. I think this might be first position in ballet. We bring the arms into the same movement, so 60 degrees, Gyan Mudra, and then we just squat. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Good job keeping the arms up, 60 degrees. 1 minute, we just have 1 more minute to go. We can add a little chant here. The Sata Nama, so Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, birth, life, death, rebirth, birth, life, death, rebirth, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Just like the fires, new life comes out of these fires. So that Satanama sequence comes into play. Birth, life, death, rebirth. And float the arms down to your side. Just stand in your Tadasana and observe. Palms open, heart lifted. Close the eyes, observe. We make our way down into a downward facing dog. So, you can walk out your dog. And then I'm going to take you right into lifting that back leg up straight. You can point the toes or flex the foot, whatever feels good for you. Try to get the leg as high as you can. We're holding this for 60 seconds, so you're just breathing in your downward facing dog with the raised leg. I'll let you have a little rest between sides. So keep breathing into it. I know it gets challenging. Come down onto your knees. You can do a short or a wide-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead to the mat. Just rest. We'll get a 30-second rest between sides here. Push back to another downward facing dog. Then lift the left leg high. Point the toes or flex the foot, or you can work with some flexing. That might be good to give your mind something to do. Make sure you're distributing the weight throughout the entire hand. That takes pressure off the wrists. So feel the weight being supported in your fingers, all 10 fingers, in the meaty part of the palm, behind the thumb. You'll feel the wrists have less pressure. It's almost like the wrists aren't doing the work, the palm is doing the work. Almost there. Come back down, another wide-legged child's pose, or you can have the knees close together. And now, bend back again. Another downward facing dog. This is that fun pose where we lift the right leg and we try to kick the heel. Our heel comes kicking our buttocks. When we started this a week ago, my heel wasn't quite hitting my buttocks, but now I actually get a nice kick in the butt. It's motivating. So you're using a lot of upper body strength. The more you do it, your heel will get to the buttocks. A few more seconds. And let's come down. Another short child's pose between. We just have the other side to do. Let the breath equalize, harmonize. Now push back, another downward facing dog. Now lift the left leg and we try to kick the buttocks with the left heel. Make sure the weight is distributed evenly through all 10 fingers using the full palm. Makes it easier. Takes the weight off the shoulders and especially off the wrists. Keep going, just 20 more seconds. You can do it. Nice kicking. A lot of subtle muscles being used in this pose. Now slowly come down. One more short child's pose. Wide-legged or knees together, whatever feels easy. Now you're going to come onto your knees, and it's almost as though I'm sitting on all fours, so it's almost like tabletop. Then I come up onto the tops of my knees, and my feet just crisscross. Be cautious of the knee. I sometimes pull, it's almost like there's saran wrap, that fascia around the knee. On the left side of my knee where the meniscus is, when it's on the mat like this, it can pull. So I'm using a lot of subtle muscles in the buttocks and the hamstrings, the calves. My core is engaged. And now come up to a standing on your knees. It might feel good to put a blanket too. So you're on a blanket or some kind of prop. It makes it a little softer and easier. Then I curl my toes under and I come into this camel pose. So my toes are curled under. It lifts my heel so it's closer to my body. I just reach back, grab my heels. I try to look up at the ceiling, and this is the pose. Camel pose. We'll just hold it for 60 seconds. We've already burned about 20. Excuse me, so 40 more seconds. I know this is an awkward pose. Looks great. 10 more seconds. Keep breathing into it. Curl the toes under. I'm going to come right down onto my stomach. As I come down, I'm going to make fists and put them in my groins. So I'll come down onto my groins. My chin is on the mat. I cross my legs and then I just lift my legs up about 3-6 inches. Great for the core. You're protecting the lower lumbar spine because you have your fists in your groins. Beautiful. Just keep breathing long and deep. We call this locust pose. Keep the chin on the mat. Great for core work. The cues say to hold this 3 to 5 minutes. Seems pretty crazy to me. We only hold it about 90 seconds. If you're watching this on a video, if you want to stop the video and hold it for 3 minutes, you could do that. So now let's lower the feet. Take the hands out, remove your hands, and we'll go right into bow pose. So bow pose, I lift my feet, I reach back for the tops of my feet. I try to kick my feet into my hands. That opens up my chest. And I'm in bow pose, just long, deep breathing. This is the last pose on the mat like this. Then we're going to sit up and do some nice poses in easy pose and thunderbolt pose. So give this your all. You're stretching shoulders, opening up the heart, the throat. Creating lower lumbar strength. 30 more seconds. Just keep breathing into it. Keep trying to kick the feet into the hands. You get your maximum stretch that way. Ten more seconds. And release. And we'll come up into an easy pose for some Sufi grinds. I love Sufi grind. It's so meditative. So come into your easy pose. We grab the knees and we just begin this meditative close the eyes. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you go back. You're doing kind of almost like a little mini cat-cow. The cow as you come forward, the cat as you go back. Make it a moving meditation. And reverse the direction. How are you feeling 45 minutes into your practice? You're back, Susan. We're just doing these Sufi grinds. And come back to center. Just sit here, close your eyes. Just observe thoughts, emotions, mental clarity, intuition. We move into Thunderbolt pose, Vajrasana, Hero's pose. I put a blanket between my buttocks and my heels. I like this pose. You can use it for purpose. You can use it for feeling your inner strength. My thumbs come inside my fists. So my inhale, my fingers open up, palm wide, exhale back. Inhale, open up the hand, come back. We do these for 3 minutes. All the breath through the nose. Really shoot the arm out. Close your eyes. Feel your personal power. Connect to your inner strength, your inner resiliency. All that inner resiliency we read about in people's stories in their memoir class or life transformation talks. Inhale, bring both fists back, thumb inside the fist. I'm sitting up tall. Let's do our bandha work. Big inhale through the nose. Hold the breath, squeeze anus, pull navel towards spine. Hold the breath unless you're on your moon cycle, then you know long, deep breathing. And release. Take the hands to the knees. Just sit and observe. Last pose before our chanting. Inhale up, my palms are open. I get a little back bend. Exhale down. Inhale up. This is it, 2 minutes. Be conscious of your spine, the 3 sections of your spine. Lower lumbar, thoracic, behind the heart and lungs, cervical, in the neck. Try to bring the hands behind the head. That way you get a little more exercise of the spine. As we age, gravity is pulling down on the spine, compressing it. Our bones get more brittle. Osteoporosis can set in, also shrinking the spine. So all these kinds of exercises, this is such a great Kriya for the spine, for spinal health. Thirty more seconds. And bring the hands down to the knees, close the eyes. Great moment to observe how you're feeling, nature of your thoughts. Open your eyes. You're going to come into an easy pose. I'll share my screen here with the chant. So we come into this easy pose. And then you're going to be in candelabra. I love what Kundalini calls it. It's usually called goalpost or cactus arms. But you're in Gyan Mudra, so thumb and index finger touch, and you're in this candelabra. So you're in easy pose, and then you're going to get a little voice lesson. We're going to sing the major scale, the Aeolian Western scale, which is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. But we're going to add Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni, Sa. Then we'll descend Sa, Ni, Da, Pa, Ma, Ga, Re, Sa. You'll take a big inhale so the belly will come out. Then as you're singing, you're going to be drawing your belly in, pushing your belly in. That pushes the air up and out over the vocal cords. So just sing with me. Big inhale through the nose. The belly expands. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. You really need that breath support there, pulling the belly in. Da, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. pada ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Really feel your belly expand on the inhale and then pull in on each syllable. When you're finally out of air, you should be at the top of the scale. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So you're actually singing from your abdomen. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Most people just sing from their throat, but when you have voice lessons, this is what you work on. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. One more. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Then stay in your easy pose. You can lower your arms. We're going to move it into this wonderful chant. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. Gobinda means sustainer or life force. Haree, we're activating self-healing energy for the physical body, the emotional body. The spiritual body, of course, is pure, connected to our highest self. The mudra is crossed. My arms are crossed. My palms are on my shoulders. I'll probably call out some changes with the hand placement. I really urge you to sing. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree. Think about what you're singing. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. You're connecting with your life force, the sustaining life energy, the divine. You're activating self-healing energy. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. 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 Slide the hands over the heart. As you're singing, you'll feel the vibration in your heart chakra and in your chest. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda, 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 Haree Haree. You can chant for all those affected by COVID-19. You can chant for those affected by the fires. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. 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 Lower the left hand to the abdomen, third chakra, right hand over the heart, fourth chakra. Feel the vibration in your body. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. 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 Move the right hand over the throat chakra. When you sing and chant, you'll feel the vibration in your throat. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. take the arms back to the original position. Gobinda, Gobinda, Haree Haree. 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 Slowly take the arms down, come into your Shavasana. Let this beautiful chant resonate in your heart, your mind. Let everything go. The chant will play out and I'll bring you back with the bell. 8 minutes. Begin to breathe together through the nose. Open the mouth, big exhale. This time with an audible sigh. Inhale. Ah. Ah. Point the toes, take the hands over the head, interlace the fingers, steeplechase mudra. Stretch the spine, feel all 34 vertebrae. Be conscious there are 34 vertebrae that allow you to move, bend, twist, turn. Stretch, point the toes, try to feel everything. Then maybe you compress and draw the knees towards the forehead and the forehead towards the knees. You're in a ball. And then from here you can move whatever way feels comfortable. Spinal twists, rolling on the spine. Whatever your body feels called to do. Trusting your intuitive nature. Your body is activated self-healing. Your shavasana, your immune system works without you even being conscious. Everything is harmonizing, balancing, equalizing, optimizing. Happy baby pose. Maybe you massage the soles of the feet and the hands, stimulating all the nerve endings. Helps awaken the body, mental clarity. Then slowly making your way back up to your seated position. Sitting as we began in easy pose. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Lan. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Rodney. Living your purpose, creating community on your mat in a virtual space. Obviously, creating wellness. Connecting to yourself, to others. Spreading compassion for all those affected by COVID, for those affected by the fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, all the summer storms that happen throughout the country and the world. We bring our hands to prayer position, the closing prayer of protection. The longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. We sing it. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat-nam, Sat-nam, Sat-nam. We bow to each other and say Sat-nam.